Earlier last week, Newsfirst reported on the EU's decision to include Sri Lanka into the European Commission's blacklist of countries at risk for acts of money laundering. Over the weekend, the Daily Mirror reported, quoting sources, that CBSL's Financial Intelligence Unit would be taking steps to have Sri Lanka removed off the list by November. But the question remains, is it possible?
The Daily Mirror, quoting a top official at the Central Bank of Sri Lanka, reported that they had agreed to implement an action plan to strengthen the effectiveness of Sri Lanka's anti-money laundering counter-terrorist financing measures. It also noted that the FIU is doing its utmost to address and implement the action plan objectives by November. The article further notes that there are many ministries and government agencies that are involved in implementing these measures and regulations, and that they need the fullest cooperation of all these institutions to help Sri Lanka get removed from the grey list of FATF. The EU vote on naming Sri Lanka as a blacklisted country came on the heels of the FATF's decision to include Sri Lanka into its list of high-risk and monitored jurisdictions. It has been reported that the FATF action plan was taken up for discussion by the Cabinet Committee for Economic Management, or CCEM, chaired by Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe on the 3rd of January. Sri Lanka has multiple ministries dealing with banking and financial regulations. Among them are the Ministry of Finance, the Ministry of National Policies and Economic Affairs, and the Ministry of Public Enterprise Development. Given that November would be the final gathering of the FATF for 2018, how likely is it that Sri Lanka will be able to meet its commitments on money laundering? When News First put this question to Dr. Indrajit Kumaraswamy, Governor of the Central Bank, and the ex officio Chairman of the National Coordinating Committee, the Governor said the Central Bank has an action plan to meet the requirements of the FATF and is confident they will be met by November. Dr. Kumaraswamy will be disappointed if this is not achieved, however cannot give a guarantee as several ministries and parliament are involved. The Governor clarified Sri Lanka is on the FATF grey list. This automatically puts the country on the EU blacklist of countries at risk for money laundering.